Good morning. Today is May the 5th of 2020, and this is our regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Alabama Public Service Commission. For the record, the public was notified of today's meeting by notice dated April the 7th of 2020. Thank you for taking time to join us via live streaming or delayed video. We did not close the meeting today to the public, but asked that anyone that wanted to attend, please let us know ahead of time in order for us to accommodate the appropriate social distancing. As you can see, we have a very, very small group here in person, and no one asked to come to the meeting. So we will be live streaming, and then also it will be delayed video on our website. As is customary though, each month one commissioner gets to bring in someone to offer the prayer and the pledge. This month, instead of bringing someone in, I have asked Commissioner Beaker to lead us both in the prayer and the pledge today. So please join us by bowing your head.
Father God, we thank you for so much. We know that you love us. We are a Christian nation here in America. Father, thank you for protecting us, that prayer works. Father, we ask you to bless our nation and our state. Thank you for all the good things that are going on. Father, thank you that we're closer to the end of this virus. Thank you for your help in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now I'd just like to take this time to remind everyone that this weekend is Mother's Day. And I am blessed to have an absolutely wonderful mother. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. And to all the moms out there, thank you for what you do. You are raising our next generation. And I know it's a lot of work right now, but thank you. And to all the grandmothers and great-grandmothers, thank you for what you do. Happy Mother's Day. And now I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Oden.
Just to echo your point on Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
As well. And my mom, who has been the stalwart of our family for many years, and we know what that means when she's grand and mama and everybody else. And so we just want to thank you for y'all's wonderful diligence of what you mean to us in our life. And I think recently, with all the stuff going on, Moms has really and truthfully stepped up the game, and we appreciate all of that. So we do thank you, and I'd like to say too that our country is in recovery. We're going to come back from this, and we are thankful that our God has made a huge play in what we're doing, and we do appreciate that, and we appreciate everyone. As the citizens of Alabama have really stood up, and I really want to mention that of how people in the state has just really truthfully backed it, and we appreciate all that. Now let's get back to work and get going. So thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Baker.
Well, yes, you know, this is knocked on every door. It's not isolated or just individual. It's all of us, and I think we're probably seeing coming to an end of it. Our industries have been creative in the ways that they handle some of this working at home. I've had some conversations with businesses and manufacturing and leadership about this, and our workforce is ready to go to work and take on some challenges that they know are out there. We know we must be smart, and we must be very cautious in our approach to lead the charge on getting on track as to what we need to do. Being at home for many people has brought not only challenges but creativity. It's interesting to see some things that have happened, and thanks so much for the staff here at the Public Service Commission. They've continued to function. They've overcome some things. that the shutdown has caused, and it's a great thing that you've done, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the utilities. They've had things they've had to do that they couldn't stop, and sometimes we don't think about that they had to get out. Also, I would like to say congratulations to the 2020 graduates. They've been slighted somewhat. They didn't get to go and they didn't get to do things, but maybe a good thing from it is they'll never forget it, and they'll have something to talk about that none of the rest of us did. And two, I would like to say Mother's Day, you all have said that good, but you never can say enough about mothers and that, so thank you, mothers.
Thank you, Commissioner, and I would echo that to our 2020 graduates. Congratulations. These graduates, especially those that are in high school, started life right after 9/11 and now are finishing right in the middle of a pandemic, so they have literally entered and now beginning their lives in different times, and so we pray for all of those, and congratulations. Let me make introductions of everyone here today. We have in attendance to my right, Commissioner Jeremy H. Oden, who you just heard from. To my left, in place 2 on the commission, is Commissioner Chris Chip Beaker Jr., who you also just heard from. I am President of the Commission, Twinkle Andress Kavanaugh. Our Executive Director and Chief Administrative Law Judge is John Garner, who you will hear from in just a moment. And sitting in for the Secretary of our Commission today is Ms. Tashima Lawrence. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. She is the Administrative Support Assistant to the Secretary of our Commission here, and our Secretary of the Commission is out on a personal emergency. So we will be praying for Walter and his family. But thank you, Tashima, for sitting in today and helping us out. We truly appreciate it. And next, do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our April the 14th Commission meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Odom?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaker?
Yes.
With there being no old business to bring before the Commission, we'll move on to the new business here at the Commission. And for new business, due to the very unusual circumstances that we are in, we are not bringing in all of our staff to present their reports for the month. Instead, we're going to have Judge John Garner, who is our Executive Director, giving the reports for all of the divisions except for our Utility Services Division, being led by Mr. Darrell Baker. So we will begin with Mr. Darrell Baker for his reports from the Utility Services Division.
The Consumer Services Report for the month of April for electric and gas inquiries. It was a 58% reduction over the same month last year. Alabama Power reports are down by 12. For Spire, Alabama, they're down by 2. Spire Gulf, they're down by 9. And overall, there were 18 reports for April 2020 versus 43 for April 2019. So that's good news. Moving on to telecom inquiries, basic service only. There was a total of 1 inquiry for the month of April versus 6 for the same time last year. Telecommunications, other retail services and issues. There were a total of 9 complaints received versus 10 last year, and those under our jurisdiction, 1 versus 3 last year. Referred inquiries, those telephone companies that have referred away with complaint jurisdiction, there were 20 received versus 22 last year in total, 30 complaints this year versus 38 for the same period last year. If there's no questions, I'll move on to the gas agenda. This is our division RSC reports. This represents actual data through 31 March and then projected data or budgeted data through 30 September. And so we have the projected return on average common equity as of 30 September. For Spire, Alabama, it's 10.28%, and that's within the range. For Spire Gulf, it's 9.11%, and that's below the range. This isn't a point of test, there's no adjustments. There's No questions, I'll move on to the water agenda. Under docket 31802, Arbor Utility Management LLC. And this is simply to renew its certificate of financial viability that the rules require every 2 years. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Odom?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaton?
Yes.
Moving to the telecommunications agenda. There's 11 amended interconnection agreements on the agenda, and I'd like to take them together in one recommendation with your approval. Docket U4547, Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T Alabama or AT&T Southeast, and henceforth I'll simply refer to this company as Bell South, and IDT America Corporation. Docket U4724, Bell South and Telecom Operations LLC. Docket U4837, Bell South and Bullseye Telecom Inc. Docket U4849, Bell South and Pine Belt Broadcasting LLC, doing business as Pine Belt Telephone Competitive Services. Docket U4865, Bell South and Level 3 Telecom of Alabama LLC. Docket U4984, Bell South and Wholesale Carrier Services Inc. Docket U5114, Bell South and Zayo Group LLC. Docket U5144, Eris Inc. and Bell South. Docket U5230, Bell South and Molite Management LLC. Docket U5277, Bell South and Time Clock Solutions. Docket U5297, Bell South and City Communications Inc. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Better.
Commissioner Cavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Odom?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaton?
Yes.
There is no more new business for the commission today from the Utility Services Division.
Thank you. Now we have up Judge John Garner in the position of our Executive Director, and he will do the reports on our Gas Pipeline Safety Division next.
Thank you, Madam President. You do have before you the report that reflects the activities of the Gas Pipeline Safety Division for the month of March 2020. I would point out that due to the coronavirus pandemic, our investigators began remote inspections from their home stations on March 16th of this year. They utilized Skype and other means of communications to do inspections. Those inspections have been conducted primarily on records only. Field inspections will be conducted when normal work schedules resumed. They were able to do some construction inspections that they could do in compliance with social distancing guidelines. So in total, during the month of March, our staff performed some 28 inspections. There was one enforcement letter of notification issued during the month, noting one non-compliance issue, and one non-compliance item was corrected during the month of March. There was one Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, or PHMSA, reportable incident that occurred during the month of March. There were two state reportable incidents that occurred during the month. One of those state reportable incidents was at Seal, Alabama, in the territory of Southeast Gas. It involved a well break attributable to extreme weather impacts. The other state reportable incident was in the Birmingham area, where an excavator hit a 2-inch plastic main operated by Spire. As far as the PHMSA reportable incident that occurred, this involved an external corrosion leak on a transmission main operated by Third Coast Midstream LLC, Tuscaloosa. With regard to training, there was one operator contractor training session on polyethylene plastic fusion that was conducted during the month of March. That class was held at Spire's Birmingham Operations Center. 20 personnel were qualified at that class. As far as other miscellaneous matters, the Gas Pipeline Safety Division staff attended the Alabama Natural Gas Association's Spring Engineering and Operations Conference in Birmingham on March 3rd through the 5th. Mr. Mandelhand of the staff presented the annual GPS update during the conference. And other staffing news, I would note that Mr. Jones has identified an outstanding candidate to fill the inspector vacancy that he has on his staff at present. We are in the process of going through all the required procedures before extending an offer to that candidate. And unless you have questions, that concludes the report for March operations of the Gas Pipeline Safety Division.
Thank you. And now if we can move on to the Utility Enforcement Division monthly report.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. You do have before you the report of the Utility Enforcement Division for the month of March 2020 also. Although inspections during March were ultimately curtailed due to the coronavirus pandemic, our railway safety track inspectors did manage to visit 6 different rail carriers. During the month, they inspected 244 miles of track and identified 82 defects. Railway safety track inspectors also made some 45 track safety observations of various types that are reflected in the report. Notably, there were no non-compliant conditions observed. The Railway Safety Motive, Power, and Equipment Inspector was able to visit 5 different carriers during the month of March. 475 units were inspected. 78 defects were identified during those inspections. There were no incidents reported in March that required the involvement of the railway safety staff as far as accidents, etc. Moving on to the motor carrier services section and their activities, the section evaluated some 10 intrastate applications during March and issued 6 new authorities. Even with the coronavirus outbreak, they handled almost 100 motor carrier inquiries regarding authority during the month of March. The section also processed 276 insurance filings and handled almost 275 insurance inquiries during the month of March. The section also mailed out 5,676 UCR applications and responded to 251 UCR inquiries during the month of March. As of March 31, there were 4,698 Alabama carriers, or 52%, registered for 2020 UCR, with 4,381 carriers that need to register going forward. Notably, the staff learned through participation in the calls held by the UCR Board of Directors that the enforcement date for UCR has now been extended to June 1 of 2020. The staff of the Motor Carrier Services section also assisted some 55 motor carriers in making necessary changes to their operating status with the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. The staff of Motor Carrier Services also continue to process nonprofit applications for operating authority, applications of household good movers, as well as associated tariff filings. The staff is also in the process of ensuring that all the carriers have filed their required annual reports. With regard to field services, the coronavirus circumvented almost all of that section's planned utility infrastructure inspections during the month of March. The staff did take advantage of some training opportunities and has been telecommuting and been available to handle situations as they arise. But some of the training opportunities that we're taking advantage of involve hydro generator plus battery storage within the bulk power system, and also a webinar that was 2 days long on distribution systems and planning for electricity. With that, that is the conclusion of the report for the Utility Enforcement Division, unless you have questions.
Thank you. Next, we have our Electricity Division, and Judge, I believe you're also going to give that report for Mr. John Free today.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. You do have before you the Electricity Policy Division's agenda dated April 28, 2020, which reflects the division's normal monthly report on rates RSC and ECR in dockets 18117, 18416, and 18148. Regarding RSC, the staff performed its monthly examination of the books and records of Alabama Power and determined the reprojected weighted return on average retail common equity was 6.08% for the 12 months ending December 31, 2020. This return is based on 3 months of actual data for January through March of 2020 and 9 months of budgeted data for April through December 2020. With regard to rate ECR, the staff performed a regular monthly review of Alabama Power's energy costs for the month of March 2020 and determined there was an over-recovery of $22,488,565. Unless you have questions, this completes the electricity policies division's report on rates RSC and ECR.
Thank you. And now, if you will, go over our legal agenda for our legal team, we would appreciate that.
Thank you, Madam President. You have before you the legal division agenda dated April 28, 2020, as well as off agenda item that was on an agenda that was issued on May 4th, 2020. All of those matters are non-controversial, and I will bring those up for one vote with your indulgence. With respect to the April 28th agenda, the first item is under docket 33012. That is the application of JM Moving, INC, DBA College Hunks Hauling, Junk and Moving of Birmingham for a certificate to transport household goods. Everything is in order with the application and recommendations for a grant of the certificate and approval of the tariff. The next item is under docket C-19608. It's a petition of Echo South Transportation LLC, DBA Echo South Transportation of Access, Alabama, for reinstatement of motor carrier certificate F4882, which was revoked due to the petitioner's failure to maintain proper proof of liability insurance coverage. All of those issues have been rectified. The recommendation is for a grant of the petition and reinstatement. The next item is under docket 26878. It is the petition of Tony W. Martin, DBA TM Martin of Gunnersville, Alabama, for cancellation of motor carrier certificate F1655. The recommendation is for a grant of that cancellation as requested. The next item is on the May 4th legal division agenda. It is the off agenda item. It involves docket number 32994. It concerns the motor carrier application of Williams Charters and Tours LLC in Atlanta, Georgia for a certificate to transport passengers. A report recommended order was entered in this cause on April 10th, 2020, which recommended a grant of the authority sought. No exceptions to that report and recommended order were filed within 20 days from the date of service. So the recommendation is for the entry of an order recognize that the report and that recommended order entered in this cause became the order of the commission by operation of law due to the fact that no exceptions to the RRO were filed within the statutorily established time frame of 20 days. And again, I recommend approval of all those items.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Odom?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaver?
Yes.
And lastly, Madam President, I have the list of administrative items that was circulated late yesterday afternoon, I believe. I recommend approval of those items.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cavanaugh?
Yes.
Commissioner Odom?
Yes.
Commissioner Beaver?
Yes.
That is all
Is
I
that all,
have.
Judge?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you wearing all those hats today. Does anyone have any other new business to bring before the commission today? With there being no more new business, in closing, let me remind you that our next regularly scheduled commission meeting is Tuesday, June the 9th of 2020. We will be waiting to get direction from our governor and state health officer to see how that meeting will be conducted, but there will be a meeting on June the 9th of 2020. And if you would like to attend in person, as long as things are like they are today, we would ask that you call the commission at 334-242-5200 and let them know that you, the legal office, know that you would like to attend, and we will accommodate your needs to make sure that you can socially distance and be present for the meeting. But if not, we would love to have you viewing online. We will be live on our page, our commission page, but we appreciate you being with us today. And with there being no further business to come before this commission, we stand adjourned. Thank you.